So we go from this Louis to the man, the myth, the legend, Lestat. So Brandon, you can take this away now, man. Now we talk about something for real.
All right. So first and foremost, Sam Reid, wonderful. So great. I can't give him enough praise. I think before Sam Reid, obviously we had Tom Cruise and Stuart Townsend. Tom Cruise was, when it kind of boils down to him and Stuart Townsend, Tom Cruise was a lot closer to what I wanted out of Lestat. He got he had the arrogance, the cockiness. Stuart Townsend just kind of had the recklessness of Lestat. But Sam Reid was the best of all worlds. He nailed it. He is my Lestat. The bravado, the line delivery, the French accent. Tom Cruise didn't have an accent. Stuart Townsend, I'm not sure what kind of accent he was doing. Most of the time it just kind of came off like his native Irish accent. Sam Reid actually did the French accent. I loved his kind of like no one can hurt me type bravado, the way he carried himself, just everything about him, man. Like, it was a flawless performance. He was really Lestat come to life, leapt right out of the pages of the books. I thought he was great. I can't say a thing bad about his performance. He really is synonymous with the character, and he did that from the first frame that he entered for me. He sold me immediately. Just like Cookie said, he's invested in this character. This is more than just an acting job to him, and it showed.
Exactly.
Yeah. I thought I cannot say a bad thing about him. He is Lestat. I want him to get a Vampire Lestat show.
100%.
What you think, Sergio? So where you going from this character from Lestat?
Well, like Brandon said, man, the flawless performance, really, man. I was like, the performances across the whole show, really, but this guy I was blown away from the first line, the opening scene with him. I mean, you can just continue to gush about how he crushed that role. So I'm not familiar with the books, so I don't know how he compares to the book version. I can just speak on the quality of his performance. Now compared to Tom Cruise's Queen of the Damned. Yeah,
he's funny. Yeah,
it's almost not even fair comparing, Tom Cruise's Lestat to the TV version, just because it's just the quality. I think just the performance there. It's apples and oranges, man. I did enjoy Tom Cruise's Lestat though. I thought he was great too.
Yeah, he was really, really good.
Yeah, I thought he was him, and I think I saw a comment earlier. Him and Dunst really carried that film. Yeah, for sure, man. He was great, man. I like the look. I like Tom Cruise's performance. Yeah, I don't really have nothing to criticize about that. He had that similar. He had that air of arrogance to him.
I think brashness about him.
And that was really in the forefront of the Interview with the Vampire novel. Kind of his arrogance and brashness, and he had like that kind of gravitas to him. I would kind of liken it to the popular kid in high school and college who never really had to work to kind of get attention or to get affection from others and that sort of thing. Just kind of real, kind of cocky and arrogant swagger. Yeah, Tom Cruise,
as nerds, we all like boo.
Yeah, but Tom really did a great job. I think Tom really understood the assignment, but Sam understood the assignment even more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
My turn. Okay, so Tom, I feel like is like the exact example of what we get for all vampires from 1995 to current. Well, you get that he is that arrogant, love the vampire, love being a vampire. I'm going to hit you in the mouth. I'm with being a vampire. I'm going to be all what a vampire is, and I'm going to be the best of it. And you love that part, the arrogance, the proudness, the gravitas. Like he's that coming in 1994, and you got to remember who Tom Cruise is in the 90s.
Yeah,
that's why that casting is so good for it, for at that time. Now, Sam took that and ran with it. Like he read the book, he saw Tom Cruise, and he said, "You know what? I could do it better." It was so good. I didn't realize. I was like, "You're Australian?" I thought he was French.
I'm not familiar with the actor. For sure that the accent, I would have thought, oh, that's got to be a French guy for sure.
It almost didn't make sense how good he did in the arrogance, but the confidence and the swagger that he gave as he walked across the film, and even in every scene, he was just totally like, I'm enthralled with just life, the life of. So how Louis had the life beforehand, we really don't know what Lestat had, but obviously this secondary life is the life that he really is choosing to live, and you can see he's taking it to the nth degree. And I love the way they did it, and Sam really just shows how good you could do with a character when you know the character inside and out, and that's what he is.
Yeah, he did his homework. Yeah. Like that was the thing is like, I don't know. Like I feel like maybe Tom Cruise was given just that book or something, and like, oh, this is what it is. But like Knox said, Tom Cruise did okay. He's more with one book, Lestat only. Sam Reid is the entire series Lestat, which I think changes it when you can see the whole picture rather than like one thing. It changes how you understand the character. If you only see the character, studying to be a doctor and not seeing the whole picture of his career afterwards and this and that, is like that's what it was. It was like, oh, this is only this part, and then Sam got the journey, the entire thing. But one thing, I think all you guys are kind of like saying it as well is, I don't know if Sam Reid would be as good if Tom Cruise didn't set a high bar.
Exactly.
Because Tom Cruise set a pretty high bar, because Tom Cruise was, for me, probably the most fun to watch in that movie. The character he was, and just the arrogant. It was very, it worked with Tom Cruise, with especially who he was back then, who was like on top of the world, kind of, before we knew his craziness in outside of movies. But yeah, he was like this action kind of star and doing all these crazy movies. And yeah, he just had this arrogance to him where like, okay, that's kind of Tom Cruise ish anyway,
You agree, Sergio? You said that too?
I was saying, I think part of it is too, you didn't really see Tom Cruise in a role like that prior to, he was an action guy, or like, something like
Cocktail and
rom-com type ish, but so this was like, out of the box for him. So I think part of, the enjoyment is seeing him maybe not necessarily in his comfort zone, right? And yeah, it was good. I had fun with his character in the film. Definitely, yeah.
Since AMC Louis is telling the story is more nuanced and interview than the last, we are seeing more accurate status with Sam Reid's portrayal. It's pretty much what exactly going.
Yeah, I agree. I was looking for when Interview with the Vampire came out.
94.
94, right? Because before that, he really didn't. He was a lot of action star.
Yeah, this was before this predated Mission Impossible, which started in 96.
So he was more rom-com. He was the cool guy in Cocktails. He was,
Few Good Men, Days of Thunder.
Dramas and stuff, right? 4th of July.
I think I think his Magnolia was after. I think his only really, really big action one that he had done was Top Gun and Days of Thunder.
Yeah,
those are the ones.
Yeah, really. You know, because he didn't start getting into the weird, crazy stuff. Was he? Oh, he was Outsiders. That's right. He didn't really just start doing the other weird, where like not White, Vanilla Sky and stuff like that until like after, you know, that was at 2001.
Yeah.
So Eyes Wide Shut too.
7 years later.
Yeah. So this was like, you know, like, yeah, you're not an action star in this one. Like, you have to actually be this person, you know, because I think, you know, that kind of changes like what you can do.